Hi, this is Colorful Foresight where we intuitively connect from within. And it's woo woo time where we connect our woo woo into our mundane living. So today I have Sondra Harmon and Angie Maserati. How you guys doing?
Great.
Yeah, so excited to be here with you.
So today we have some cool questions. And we're going to do on the happy hour with the Cool Chick Cafe. And Sondra, you want to quickly just introduce what the Cool Chick Cafe is?
Yeah, so Cool Chick Cafe, it's a movement to really inspire women to take a break from all the doing and achieving and accomplishing and just be and connect. And to that end, we have a lot of ways we can do that.
Okay, and that's how we met. We're getting to know each other more. That's one of the things that you do called the happy hour, which is wonderful. And we're going to show you a little bit how that looked. Of course, it's not going to be exactly like it, but just give you an idea what it's about. So show your the Cool Chick Cafe deck.
Yes, I have a deck of cards. It's a Cool Chick Cafe deck of cards. And there are all these questions. Whoops, I guess I have to go this way. Yay, I don't know if you can see them. Oh, my nails look good. And Angie's got her deck too. Anybody can have a deck. Just let me know and we'll get you a deck. And it's really the deck. The questions are based on the 36 questions to fall in love plus. So these are questions that are designed to increase the level of intimacy between people. And it does. It actually, they're known as the 36 questions to fall in love because it turned out that a lot of people that go through these questions fall in love. And I know that for me, my husband and I did these questions when we were first dating, and here we are married 7 years later. And I know that when we do this with women, I don't know if it was Angie that said it, but somebody was like, oh my God, you women, you all look so much more beautiful, because we all just kind of fall in love with each other. In part, it's because of these questions.
I love leading, and I've loved this whole process of the happy hour and getting to know women in this way of falling in love, because I reflected in the fact that I hadn't really had a lot of female relationships in my life that I felt were that I could trust to not get hurt, or that they really cared, or it just creates a depth that's so beyond just like basic day-to-day chatter. It really just creates like a heart connection.
What I found for me, first of all, getting to learn how to share. Just listen and share without saying, oh, whatever. One of the rules is to just listen. Another thing I do like, well, in it we have share the high of the week and the lows of the week. And sometimes it's like being that aware, like, what is my highs and lows? And then if I'm comfortable with sharing with my lows. So I love it. And that you always get a great awareness out of it. So we're going to have a little fun with it. Can you pick a card, Sondra? Because this is for the viewer. As you're listening to us, see how it applies to you.
Yay. So let me pick a card. Oh, here's a perfect one for intuition. Okay. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
Oh, wow.
Is that a good one?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Now we're involving intuition. Oh, okay. So I'll start. So we have an idea. So what it would like to tell me, the low, the high. I would like to trust my intuition when it's telling me maybe something I don't want to hear. Because what I found is that it's always telling me, but do I listen? Mm-hmm. So I have to create a bond with my higher self. Everybody has a different way to trust it, that they have the best intention for me. So when I'm hearing signs, most of the time I find out later on that I've been hearing it for months. Mm. You know what I mean? And I probably didn't want to hear it, or I didn't believe it or something. So it had to do with the trust with the information I'm getting, because I know I get my intuition. So I have to trust that when they're telling me something, maybe what I don't want to hear, that they have for my highest good and good intention. And the result is always better than I ever think. So the result is always better than what I think. So that's working with the lows. As far as the highs, because we're playing with the concept, the high of the intuition. When I get a validation, oh my God, I listened to my intuition, I followed it, and it was so great. I have to remember that next time I keep getting that same insight from my intuition, especially when it's in areas that touchy and I start having doubts whether I heard it right or not. So when I have those moments of, oh wow, I listened to my inner self or something that beyond me that was accurate, then I should be able to trust it, not sometime. So when I have these doubts, it's like a relationship thing, working with the relationship between me and the inner wise self. But what about you? Let's go with Angie.
I would say that huge believer in intuition. I'd say like my low with it would be similar in that if I'm not present, I may miss it. I may miss what it's trying to, the message trying to come through, or the direction, the guidance. I try to stay pretty present. I guess it's kind of a high of listening to my intuition, is that I do try to have a focus of being in the moment and in gratitude and listening and being led. I think saying yes to things that present when you have a good feeling about them, and life can just get very exciting. I wouldn't want to know anything ahead of time because I love surprise. And I wouldn't want to manipulate something that was meant for me. I like the organic feeling of just like, and it is it is always such a like, oh my God, it worked, like this just happened. I mean, I don't know, that's a huge part of my joy in life, is having it surprise me. And I don't know why I'm surprised that it always works out, because guess what? It always works out.
And how do you work through that with the lows? Do you?
You know what? I think like, similar to what you said, because I think you are very much of an intuitive, is that when it presents again, just the awareness of it. And then not beating myself up because I didn't listen the first time, because it will continue to repeat and get my attention, I believe.
That's great. Yeah, that makes sense. And you, Sondra?
So just like lows as it relates to intuition in general, I think, like, I feel like sometimes I miss the intuition boat, where everybody, like even here with you two amazing ladies talking about intuition, and I'm like, I don't have that same relationship where I can even recognize when something feels like intuition versus something feels like wishful thinking versus something feels like something that, my mother told me. And it's really this jumble of voices, and not having a clear sense of when it's the voice of intuition speaking kind of is my, like, the thing I struggle with as it relates to intuition. So yeah. And then on the other side of that, the things that then like light me up is when I do have something that I hold on to, and I remember, like I remember when it was over 7 years ago, and I had met my now husband and his son at a meditation karaoke party. And his son is a really good karaokeer and a good musician, and he's amazing. But I remember having thought, I need to take care of him, because I was trying to find him someplace to rest because he was tired. I need to take care of him because he's going to be my stepson. Now, this is before Richard and I had even dated. And I had that thought. And then I look back and I'm like, oh, I must have had some intuition. Isn't that cool? But, in general, I get excited because it doesn't always feel so crystal clear to me.
Yeah. That, everybody had their own journey with it. That's what it comes down to. And they can name it however they name it. Some people may not even like the word intuition or spirit guide or it. There's so many different ways. So I enjoyed it very much. Thank you, lady.
Thank you.